There's actually a very foolproof way to know whether or not you have fungal acne, hormonal acne, or clogged pores. The secret to understanding which one you have is that they all extract very differently. We do have to go over some terminology, so stick with me. We're gonna go over inflammatory acne first. That's what hormonal acne is. It can show up in a pustule, nodule, papule, or cyst. Papules have no pus in them. Pustules have pus, and we have nodules, which are pus and blood. Hormonal acne is a lot easier to identify because we always will see that redness around that follicle. But when you look at non-inflammatory acne, which is what clogged pores are, you don't see any redness. Translating this to an actual face, and you can see a lot of redness, a lot of hormonal acne. It's typically along the jawline. Pay close attention to her extraction. You can see when she pushes down, there's pus and blood that comes out. Clogged pores is a lot more misunderstood. A normal follicle looks like this. This is what a clogged pore looks like. You can see a lot of buildup in that pore. Eventually, it would show up as texture on the skin. There's only two forms of non-inflammatory acne, whiteheads and blackheads. Whiteheads have not reached the surface yet. They're flesh colored because they're under the skin, but there's still texture. There's that bump there. Blackheads have reached the surface because it has been exposed to air and it's oxidized, which is really what turns it black. You know you have clogged pores when what comes out looks like a cream cheese texture, but there's no blood, no pus, and no redness. The one that confuses people the most is fungal acne. Fungal acne is just a yeast overgrowth, so it's not a true form of acne. It can look so many different ways. Fungal acne usually shows itself on the forehead first because that's where we get sweaty first. Keep in mind that sometimes it's inflamed, but sometimes it's not. There was no pus, there was no blood, so that means it wasn't inflammatory acne. And you also did not see any buildup coming out of that follicle, which means it wasn't a clogged pore. This is what came out of the extraction. I know some people would describe this as a C. To me, I feel like fungal acne is kind of like removing a sort of crust that is forming over the follicle. This was definitely a long video, but I hope it was helpful.